Most men think women are mysterious, unpredictable, impossible to read. But here's the truth. A woman rarely says what she means. She implies it, especially when it comes to desire. She may not tell you she wants you. Instead, she'll speak in subtle codes, emotional tones, and disguised curiosity. The words might sound innocent, but the meaning behind them can be charged with intent. And if you know what to listen for, you'll see it long before she ever makes a move. Because when attraction is real, she won't confess it directly. She'll test it emotionally first. She'll say things that sound like small talk, but what she's really doing is checking how you respond. She's gauging your confidence, your energy, your composure. And if you fail to read that signal, she'll retreat, telling herself you didn't feel the same. Not because she lost interest, but because your uncertainty killed the spark before it could ignite. Now, what most men miss is that women communicate permission, not pressure. They'll open small doors, not throw them wide open. Give you cues wrapped in comfort, softness, or curiosity. Things like, "You're different from other guys," or "You make me feel so calm around you." To the untrained ear, it's just a compliment. But to a man who understands psychology, that's an emotional key. She's saying, "I feel safe enough with you to be myself." And safety is the emotional prelude to intimacy. But here's where most guys go wrong. They get too excited, too reactive, too fast. They take a single compliment as a green light and rush in, turning subtle attraction into awkward tension. They don't understand that when a woman hints at desire, she's not giving you permission to chase. She's giving you permission to lead. The difference is everything. Leading means staying composed, reading her energy, letting the tension build naturally until her curiosity becomes undeniable. When a woman wants you, her body language, her words, even her silences start to change. But it's not about manipulation. It's about emotional rhythm, the kind of rhythm only calm, grounded men can keep. The Stoic man doesn't react to her signals with hunger. He responds with certainty. He knows attraction isn't about speed. It's about timing, presence, and emotional control. And because he moves with patience, she feels something she can't explain, a magnetic pull toward his steadiness. So today, we're not just decoding words, we're decoding energy. We'll break down the subtle phrases, emotional cues, and psychological hints women give when attraction turns physical, and how to respond. Like the kind of man who doesn't chase desire, he inspires it. Because once you learn to hear what she's really saying, you'll never have to ask if she wants you. Her tone, her eyes, and her silence will tell you everything. Before we start, a quick reminder, My Complete Stoic. If you've been learning from these videos, that's just the surface. Inside the course, we go deeper, mastering attraction, understanding female psychology, and rebuilding your mindset from the inside out. Join once, and you're in for life, with lifetime access to all future courses, books, and new lessons. Plus, you'll be part of our private Stoic community, a brotherhood where men like you grow together in discipline, power, and self-control. It's available in English and Spanish, and you can enroll instantly at thestoiccouple.podia.com or click the link below. Enroll once, grow forever. Let's begin. Section number 1. Desire begins in comfort, not tension. Attraction doesn't start in the bedroom. It begins in the mind. Every woman wants to feel safe before she allows herself to feel anything deeper. She may smile, tease, or even flirt lightly, but underneath it all, she's asking one silent question. Can I relax around this man? Because when a woman feels true, senses calm energy instead of pressure, something inside her begins to open. She starts to associate your presence with peace, and that's when desire quietly begins to grow. Most men ruin this without even realizing it. They think attraction means intensity, fast moves, constant validation, they rush to prove they're interested instead of letting her feel it. But women don't respond to men who chase. They respond to men who breathe. The Stoic man understands that the first stage of connection isn't excitement. It's emotional comfort. When you can sit across from her, confident in silence, grounded in your energy, she begins to feel something rare. Safety without boredom. Attention without pressure. That combination is irresistible. Think about it. When a woman starts to feel comfortable enough to lower her guard, her language changes. She stops performing. Her laughter becomes real. Her body posture softens. Her eyes linger a little longer than before. She asks to find out whether you're self-aware, whether you can handle emotional intimacy without losing your balance. It's her way of seeing if you're a man of depth or just another man chasing surface-level validation. Here's where most men miss the mark. They hear these subtle phrases and rush to fill the silence, to say something clever or seductive. They think the goal is to convince her, but in reality, she's not listening for your logic. She's feeling your presence. Women communicate in emotion, not structure. The more you overthink, the more you kill the mystery that makes her curious in the first place. The Stoic man understands this dynamic instinctively. He knows that every word she says isn't a challenge to win. It's an opportunity to remain composed. When she flirts, he stays calm. When she tests him, he stays amused. When she opens up, he listens without trying to fix or analyze. He's not trying to manipulate the moment. He's simply allowing it to unfold. Flirts, he smiles. When she withdraws, he stays relaxed. He knows that her comfort is the bridge between emotional connection and physical attraction. So, he focuses not on what he wants from her, but on what his presence communicates to her. Stability, control, and ease. Because the truth is, before a woman desires your body, she desires your energy. She wants to feel that she can trust her instincts around you. She wants to know that even if attraction grows, you won't lose yourself in it. That's the paradox. The calmer you are, the stronger the tension becomes. When she feels safe in your silence, she starts to crave what she can't define. And that's when desire quietly begins to take root. Section number 2, her words. Reveal her curiosity, not her plans. When a woman is attracted to you, she doesn't confess it directly. She tests it indirectly. She uses words not to tell you what she wants, but to see how you respond. This is one of the most misunderstood. Communication. A woman's curiosity is her way of exploring your confidence without risking rejection. She might say something as simple as, "You're different," or, "I don't usually talk like this with guys." On the surface, it sounds like a compliment, but beneath it, she's watching how you handle that small moment of power. If you get nervous, flattered, or overly reactive, she'll sense uncertainty. If you start showing off, over-talking, or trying too hard to impress, she'll feel your ego instead of your presence. But if you stay calm, grounded, and respond with subtle confidence, maybe a slow smile or a relaxed, "Is that right?" she'll feel it instantly, because women don't just listen to your words, they feel your energy. What you say matters far less than the energy behind it. When she starts asking personal or emotionally loaded questions, "Do you always seem this calm?" or "What kind of women do you like?" those aren't casual questions. They're emotional in what draws her in. Because nothing attracts a woman faster than a man who's emotionally unshakable. Remember, when a woman wants you, she doesn't announce it. She invites it. Her curiosity becomes the bridge between emotional safety and physical desire. But if you rush across that bridge, it collapses. You must let her curiosity deepen, not through explanations, but through the subtle proof of your presence. So when she starts saying things like, "You make me feel calm," Or, I like how comfortable this feels. That's not small talk. That's code. She's revealing her attraction in the only way that feels safe to her. And if you can read that code, if you can stay centered in that quiet tension, she won't have to tell you she wants you. Her words will already have said it for her. Section number 3. Attraction grows in the space you don't fill. The more a man tries to fill every silence, the faster attraction dies. Real desire doesn't bloom in constant noise, between words, in the tension of pauses, in the emotional space you allow her to miss you. A woman's attraction doesn't ignite because you give her attention every second. It ignites when your calm energy gives her room to wonder. Curiosity, after all, is the oxygen of desire. When you don't rush to fill every moment, you give her space to feel her own emotions. That's what most men don't understand. They think the secret is in what they say, when in truth it's in what they don't. A Stoic man knows that silence isn't emptiness, it's pressure. It's where anticipation lives. Every second you let the conversation breathe. Every moment you remain grounded while she fidgets or talks nervously deepens the polarity between your calmness and her curiosity. Women crave that polarity. It's not about playing games or pretending to be distant. It's about emotional contrast. The more centered you are, the more her energy naturally flows toward you. She wants to feel your balances her emotion. That's why a woman can talk for hours, but still feel deeply drawn to the man who speaks less, yet says more with his eyes, his tone, his posture. He's not feeding her attention, he's feeding her imagination. But here's where most men lose it. The moment they sense attraction, they start chasing it. They text more, talk more, explain more, thinking that if they show more interest, she'll mirror it. What actually happens is the opposite. The more you try to fill the silence, the more she senses insecurity. You remove her chance to feel the emotional pull of wondering about you. Desire fades when curiosity dies. The Stoic man doesn't fear distance. He understands that emotional space is not rejection. It's a natural part of attraction. He's not scared when she takes time to reply or seems slightly withdrawn. He stays patient because he knows that in that silence, her mind starts to replay his words. His calm tone, the look in his eyes. She beg invitations, not through explicit words, but through emotional vulnerability. She might say things like, "I don't usually open up like this," or "I feel like I can be myself with you." Those aren't just comments, they're doorways. In that moment, she's not testing your humor or looks, she's testing your presence. And yet, this is where many men fail the test. They interpret comfort as friendship. They overtalk, overshare, or rush to turn it physical too soon. What they don't realize is that desire doesn't need to be forced. It needs to be allowed. When she feels emotionally safe, her own mind starts creating the attraction for you. She begins to imagine what it would feel like to be close to someone who doesn't need to impress her. And the more you remain grounded, the more her imagination does the work you'll never have to. The Stoic man's power is in his patience. He doesn't mistake calm energy for weakness. He understands that what separates boys from men